Hey everybody, jumping right in. A number of years ago, television would end its broadcast day with the instrumental version of the United States national anthem. I can hear it now. Da 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 da. Y'all got it. TV, or television if you will, turned into a frosted, static white frying screen. No more programs were available till the early morning. Anybody remember those times? That sound today represents for me a type of sunset in the cycle of our physical body, now having completed its destined course here on the earth plane. But more on this in a moment. I'm calling this video Welcome Back. Here to educate, inspire, and for observational purposes only, esoteric in nature, let's begin. Your number to transition has now been pulled. The cycle of this life has concluded. How does one respond at this sudden acclamation? Next, now privy to one now being deposed by a celestial figure, if you will. A query to a person being integrated. Now that's my word. Are you ready? That was the query. Are you ready? As I was the onlooker to this event, within, I quickly nodded to the affirmation. And just as quickly as I nodded to that affirmation, I noted that we were at the threshold of judgment. Just then, I retracted my own thoughts to a readiness, but took pause. At this pause, the person had given no response. It was June the 22nd, 2024. When I turned over in the bed and looked at the clock, it was 1:09 a.m. Yes, it was a dream, but the basis for this story. Next, this video, a digital version of a would-be quilt. A series of video images that I culled together are brought together to make one film that depicts for me the entirety of a full season, full of events one may experience in their own life, right to the sunset scene over the waters at the conclusion of this video. As I mused over the sound of the national anthem, in my mind's eye, I could see or hear thunder, darkness and lightning, the cold and snow, completed by the falling leaves, and yes, the sunset. And it was my attempt to illustrate what I was seeing within with this video. I continue. Riddle me this, I wrote. The one now being queried in that dream. How should one? How will one? Finally, how does one expect to respond when told your son has now said it? This should give all pause, a moment of introspection or reflection to the collective psyche, and sometimes inflated sense of ego and pride. My dream revealed a not so hasty, oh, I'm good, as a response. I continue. In time potentialities, I wrote, and perspectives. The letter A, I wrote. For some, the internal query will be those funerary rites. Will they be conveniently displayed along with a loyal staff left on hand ready to guide one past the guards and or the sentinels along the roads and paths of Dawat? B, I wrote. And for others, will one be caught up into the heavenly glory where now awaits a retinue of these, those, them, they, that have obtained a good report from the Most High, ready to receive any new arrivals with ultimate joy. Finally, others still, those referencing terrestrial, galactical, or ethereal beings ready to be jettisoned off to another or other galaxies, the Georgia of your choosing. Let me explain. Georgia, the destination. a juxtaposition or a bit of satire, if you will. I am not here to debate doxologies or didactics of end time perspectives or realities. I'd rather just use music. In this case, a song or two. Ha! First, the artist Ray Charles. He sang such a emotive version of the song Georgia, Georgia on My Mind. I endeavor to use it as a destination hoped for when our life here on earth is done. A fresh take, if you will, on various complexities of end-time ideologies and or aspirations. The Ray Charles cover of this song, and yes, it is a cover, became the state song for the state of Georgia in 1979. India Irie, I wrote in my notes, also sang a beautiful cover of Georgia on My Mind. When you have the opportunity, listen to it. What I did next is I culled a verse from the song that Ray Charles sang, Georgia on My Mind. He says, other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Next, Gladys Knight and the Pips. Midnight train to, yep, Georgia. Can you hear the intro now? She sang, and I'm gonna be with him. And the Pips say, I know you will. On that midnight train to Georgia. And they say, leaving on the midnight train to Georgia. And she says, I'd rather live in his world than to live without him in mine. Ha! Can you see or feel this like I do? Or am I all by myself? I got one more. Reba McEntire. The night the lights went out in, yep, Georgia. My eyes were captivated to one line, a line of verse, and it is this. That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia. That's the night that they hung an innocent man. Well, don't trust your soul to no backwoods southern lawyer. And then I wrote in parentheses, North know anyone? I continue. 'Cause the judge in the towns got blood stains on his hand. And then I wrote printing. It's what I got and it's what I gave. I continue. Whatever Georgia may represent to you, as in end time perspectives, it culminates to a determined destination. The hereafter, most desired and longed for, but remains that great mystery to many. An embrace, an anticipated welcome of sorts to each one of us. This reception is imminent and the sunset is sure. I continue. A song I can only imagine. And I called the verse from that song. It's by Mercy Me, Bart Millard. And it goes like this. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence? Or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak at all? I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I close with this. Right now, you may strongly dislike or outright hate your current reality, path, or even a person, to the point of extreme avoidance. But you, that wayfarer, you, that sojourner, are unequivocally charged with maintaining and operating in love. Is there a greater armament than love? And that's rhetorical, I wrote in parentheses. Even if you must do it from across the plains, across the mountains, across the ocean and seas, whatever the Georgia the place of hereafter that represents for you. The embodied avatar of your 3D reality will be called to transition to a destination of a welcoming sort. The warmth thereof or the coolness thereof, that reception will only be determined by you. Just know there is a sunset. Ashe, welcome back. This has been Charles. We are hypecentral.org. Your time is precious and appreciated. May the blessings of the Most High be on us all. And then I wrote, everyone. I heard that somewhere. Was it Scrooge? Thanks for stopping by.